Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. When I try and dress like Gardner Minshew, people say you're just trying way too hard. Perna. The Jags work the Titans on Thursday Night Football, and Gardner Minshew is becoming a star NFL quarterback faster than I have ever seen anyone else before. Remember the Dos Equis most interesting man in the world commercials? Gardner Minshew is the real-life version of that guy. And we learned on Pardon My Take that Mishew, in an attempt to keep his redshirt eligibility in college, smashed his own hand with a hammer several times while taking pulls of Jack Daniel, but could not break his own hand because he's fucking indestructible. And if his next move is to smash Antonio Brown with a hammer, he may save the NFL from its biggest problem: penalties. Also, AB may have finally done the thing that will allow the NFL or the Patriots to take action and cut or suspend or commissioner exempt his ass. We'll Minshew it all on That's Good Sports. Please, if you're new here, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Click that notification button if you'd like to know when I upload football videos, which is almost every dang day. Also, I have big dick Patreon shout outs for Armand Hammered, Bo, Brandon Perna Gets Me Hard 69, all right. Paul Dorneth upping to $5, Ken Braverman, Flip, one of my old favorite skateboard brands, Dylan Philpott, Hover Hand McNeckbeard. Other QBs are Jelly of Minshew's Porn Stash, Pete Smith's Pinhog, and Sydney Price. Thank you all for your donations. I truly appreciate it. You can support this channel, patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. It's how I make all of these GD football videos. Now, do I start with Antonio Brown or Gardner Minshew? Antonio Brown, Gardner. Stab out my eyes or receive fellatio? Salt my wounds or vacation in Hawaii? Eat cat vomit or treat myself to ice cream? I'm gonna start with the hero Jacksonville needed, Gardner Minshew, who after his first 3 games has the highest completion percentage and passer rating in the modern Super Bowl era for a rookie. Unfortunately, when you look at his 73.8 completion percentage and his 110.6 passer rating, you can see that list that accompanies him isn't incredibly promising. Beowulf certainly does not want his future to be Marcus Mariota, who Jacksonville sacked 9 fucking times last night. Calais Campbell had 3 himself, balling so hard he might as well change his name to Cialis Campbell. Rookie Josh Allen had his first 2 sacks. Tack on 2 from Dwayne Smoot, that's 7. Add 1 by Taven Bryan and a shared sack between Leon Jacobs and Marcel Darius, and you get 9. The number 9 will be important. Minshew threw 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, giving Jacksonville a 14-0 lead, which was a big reason that defensive pass rush was able to tee off on Mariota. Marcus managed to throw for 300 yards in the least impressive 300-yard passing performance I have ever seen. The Titans don't have a terrible offensive line either. They may be struggling without Taylor Lewan, but when a quarterback takes 9 sacks, he has to at least be halfway responsible. Mariota taking 17 sacks through week 3 is the most for a quarterback since 2002. And no, the NFL has not been kind to Marcus Mariota. I get it, he's had a lot of injuries, all of the different offensive coordinators, and at times he's had no reliable receiving targets. But in year 5, he just does not appear to see the field the way a quarterback with that much experience should. He's doing the bad things you would expect Gardner Minshew to be doing as a 6th rounder trying to fill the jockstrap of Big Dick Nick, which we all know is nearly an impossible space to fill. But Minshew's doing it. If Minshew keeps playing this way and keeps walking around like he's every man's dream of who we wish we could all be, the Jaguars are going to have a real quarterback controversy when Nick Foles gets healthy. I know it's early, and Jacksonville, again, only 1 victory under their jockstrap, but Minshew and Big Dick Nick, if both healthy, is an elite NFL super duo. At this point, it's fair to say, and accurate, that Nick Foles can't win a Super Bowl as a full-time starter, and Gardner Minshew can't lose a Super Bowl. 9-19-19, 9-1-9-1-9 is the day Mishew earned his first NFL victory. A day his defense got 9 sacks. He did it by throwing strikes, dimes, darts, lasers, whatever, and should have had 3 touchdowns, but this drop occurred in the end zone. What does winning on 9-1-9-1-9 mean? Astrologically, the number 9 is associated with the 9th sign of the zodiac, Sagittarius, the visionary sign, making the energy of number 9 a universal or global phenomenon. That is no coincidence, my friends. Numerically, though, it suggests the failed attempt at dialing 911 when Mishew is coming for your team and ultimately your girl and every girl you've ever been with. But finally, in football terms, number 9 is the number of Super Bowl MVPs Gardner will win. Now, 2 more reasons Gardner is the chosen one. First, he went to high school in Brandon, Mississippi. Hey, what's my first name? It's Brandon. What did I look like when I was Gardner's age? I mean, imagine how cool I would be if I could play football as good as an NFL caliber quarterback. Imagine if my legs were so thick that Troy Aikman was referencing them on TV.
I guess he leg presses 500 pounds, and if you saw him, you would not be surprised. I was shocked how thick he was.
I do squats. That's as big as they get. Also, his presence in Brandon, Mississippi is the only reason that part of Mississippi has 0 racists, per a 2018 survey. Now, the final reason Gardner is the chosen one, and this is the most powerful. The Jags and Titans game was marred by excessive penalties. Literally, the first play had a flag thrown right after Troy Aikman and Joe Buck were talking about the ridiculous amount of NFL penalties through 2 weeks. Tennessee was swindled in the first quarter for a roughing the passer call. Everyone on earth knows this rule sucks and that the officials cannot call it consistently. Everyone except for the NFL understands that. This is a clean textbook hit, and it's on my beloved Gardner Minshew. So if there was any chance that was dirty, I would tell you. I would be the first to tell you. Former NFL referee Mike Pereira thought it was a bad call. I thought it was a bad call, and even Tom Brady thought it was a bad call. Tom Brady is bitching on Twitter that there are too many flags per game in the NFL. This is the guy who begs for a penalty every time he's touched, second only to Phillip Rivers. A guy who went to the Super Bowl last year because this was called roughing the passer. A man I hate with a passion, but RT'd because he is 100% correct. And I will team up with Tom Brady to fix this bullshit if that's what it takes. That's how passionate I am about this dumb rule and how dead wrong the NFL is about evolving their game. Per Adam Schefter, NFL penalties are up 16% compared to the last 3 seasons, and the 7.8 flags per game that are accepted is the most since 1947, when football was barely a sport and all referees had syphilis. Speaking of signs of syphilis, Antonio Brown may have finally done something dumb enough to get put on the exempt list. Don't expect Bill Belichick, though, to answer any questions about the controversial receiver he decided to employ.
Some off-field stuff is enough, too much?
Yeah.
I have another different question.
Yeah,
I have a non-Antonio Brown question.
Thank you. Well, then we have enough.
I said a non-Antonio Brown.
Fun stat, Belichick, after trading Demaryius Thomas to the Jets, has now made a trade with every single NFL team. His final trade, of course, will come the day he announces his retirement, and the devil collects his soul for all of those Super Bowls, per their trade, per the deal. The newest thing Antonio Brown did, though, was threaten the second woman who accused Brown of sexual misconduct. Not only did he send her intimidating texts or DMs that have been verified by Robert Klemko and his research team, but he included his fucking lawyer on the messages that he sent to her. AB is claiming this woman just wants money, which is partially true. She is asking to be paid for the work she did for AB, but is not part of the civil suit at this time and is not suing AB for money. You can check Klimko's Twitter if you want to read the bizarre shit AB sent to this woman. Now, I've said we need to give AB due process with this investigation, and I still believe that in terms of letting smarter people than myself determine whether or not he is a rapist. That said, I think he may qualify to be out of the NFL until this situation is resolved based on the NFLPA and the NFL's joint agreement of the commissioner's dumb fuckery list. AB is doing the dumbest fuckery I have ever witnessed from afar in the NFL. Since these horrific accusations emerged, all AB needed to do was nothing. Just do nothing, say nothing, play football, and there's a good chance you would continue to be able to play football. But he's the most self-righteous player the league has ever seen, making T.O. look like a disciple of Mother Teresa. It's fucking nuts. Again, is AB a rapist? We can't prove or say that right now, but there are similarities between both of his accusers' stories and their accounts of his sexual misconduct. Factor in all of the other bullshit he's done, and it doesn't take a Bill Belichick to determine that he's at the very least a bad person who does not care about hurting or screwing over other people if it's in his best interest. He is everything Gardner Minshew is not. Gardner, tend my garden. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, at Brandon Perna if you want to talk football there. If you want to tell me I am the original Gardner Minshew, feel free to do it. That would really make my day. That's the secret. You can't try to be cool. You just have to be cool, like Gardner.